Chrissy Swan Show.
Next week, we've got a grand up for grabs every single day. Oh, yeah, we're going to be going through our Baker's Delight lunch order. We're going to be ranking our favourite bits and bobs from Baker's Delight from high to low. H-I-L-O, get it?
I get it, Swanee. Looking for your next favourite high-fibre bread?
Yes.
Baker's Delight's high-fibre, low-GI wholemeal block loaf is super soft and has double the fibre of their traditional wholemeal.
Fiber's good.
Yeah.
Chrissy's clickbait.
Can't get enough of Cher. Love that she seems to be around a lot at the moment. If you're watching Married at First Sight, and who isn't? What are the ratings like? 2.5 million or something?
Insane.
A night?
Even a little bit higher, I think. One of the apps last week.
It's crazy.
This week, sorry.
Every year it gets us, doesn't it?
It does. It's just like, no, we still fall for the trickery.
I know. Like as recently as this week with Katie and Tim. Anyway, there has been an Uber Eats ad made especially to go into Married at First Sight, and I am here for it because it involves Cher. I'll take you through the premise. Imagine it opens in Cher's house. Straight away, I'm on board because I love seeing where people live.
I'm with you.
And this is her actual house. It's like a medieval castle.
Yeah.
And she's just pulled up the Uber Eats app and she's ordered a time machine.
Take me back to the 80s.
Who are you?
This isn't the 80s.
Tis the 1680s.
Yeah, she's both young and old at the same time. Witch! She's a witch!
She's a witch!
I'm not a witch, I'm an icon.
Witch!
She's both young and old at the same time.
I wish that was a trailer for a film because the ad is so interesting and the storyboard is so great.
It's so gorgeous. And what it does is it reminds you of what a legend she is. And also because, let's face it, she is both young and old at the same time. She has got the best back catalogue of tracks. I really recommend getting into them. If that ad was to appear in this year's Super Bowl in America, guess what it would cost? The rate card has just come out.
5 mil?
$8 million. That's $8 million US. And I don't know what the exchange rate is, but I'm sure it's not good. It never is.
No, never.
That must be like, what, 14, 15 mil?
13 mil. Yeah. That is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable.
Are they 30-second spots or 60-second spots?
I think they're 60 seconds.
Okay. Oh, no, they are 30.
But that is just to buy the space. Can you imagine once you've bought that space, those ads are like mini movies.
The production cost would be nuts.
Extraordinary. I'm looking forward to the halftime now entertainment of Kendrick Lamar. I was like, oh, he doesn't have enough songs. And you schooled me on that.
Yeah,
and
he's
I
got
have
pull up, drink, sit down, drink.
Yeah, like hopefully he doesn't
Stand
do.
up, drink.
Hopefully he doesn't do that because that's just what your weekend is going to be, isn't it?
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We are nearly out of here, but Ricky Lee, Tim, and Joel just chomping at the bit to talk to you. But first,
Chrissy's clickbait.
let's talk Bruno Mars.
Oh, we haven't spoken about him for a while.
Well, we haven't, but he has got a couple of songs out at the moment. That one with Lady Gaga and the one with
Rosé.
Yes. We're playing them all the time. So he hasn't disappeared. I sort of thought he had disappeared, and then he's all over the place. He's poked fun at the rumours that were circling last year about his $50 million gambling debt.
I think I remember us discussing this at the end of last year. Or maybe you and I spoke about it off air because you said, what's happened to Bruno Mars?
Yeah.
And we Googled and that came up.
$50 million. Like, I have anxiety because I got a parking ticket a few months ago and I still haven't paid it, and I know that it's mounting and it's probably $370 now.
Yeah, that'll creep up on you.
And that I lose sleep over that. Can you imagine if I had a $50 million gambling debt? I'm not saying he does. He was, he dropped a new single. We need to discuss the name of it.
What is it?
Fat, Juicy and Wet.
Oh,
I don't
so
think
much
that's
I want to say.
I don't think that's appropriate.
Don't you?
No, I don't. Fat, juicy and wet.
FJW. What do you think he could be talking about?
Well, obviously it's an eye fillet.
Ah,
Steak.
yeah, duh.
Because that's how you want them.
Fat, juicy, and wet.
Anyway, it's a racy track, apparently.
Would you rather fat, juicy, and moist? What's worse?
I think fat, juicy, and wet is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Having said that, that is what you want for a steak, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's a racy track, and he posted a cheeky message on his social media, which included a plea to his fans to keep streaming his music because he wants to be out of debt in no time.
Okay.
$50 million. Hey, speaking of Bruno Mars, an event planner from New York City called Morrissey Bloom sat down on a podcast.
American.
It's so American. And it's so New York City, isn't it?
Yes.
New York City event planner, wedding and event planner, Morrissey Bloom.
Marcy.
She sat down on a equally American podcast called The Him and Her Show, and she divulged what Bruno Mars charges to appear and sing a couple of songs at your event.
Here, I'll tell you a story because I never signed an NDA. And we were working with J-Lo and A-Rod before they broke up. And we're going through a list of musicians. And she goes, what about Bruno Mars? I said, we just worked with him and he's 5. Don't be ridiculous. I said, I'm telling you. $5 million.
Just to perform for the night.
Plus rider. Plus the night. You get 45 minutes. You get an hour. Yeah.
$5 million for 45 minutes.
Absolutely not.
So what does he owe? $50 million? What's that? I'm not very good at maths, but...
Nor am I.
mean-
We're in the wrong studio for
Yeah,
that.
I know.
That's a lot of gigs, though. Maybe he does have a gambling debt, and that's why he's charging so much.
$5 million, though, even for his friend J-Lo. I'm imagining they know each other.
You'd think.
Is this the song?
This is Fat, Juicy, and Wet.
Fat, juicy, and wet. Fat, juicy, and wet. I don't even cookie so good, made me throw up a set.
Ricky Lee, Tim, and Joel are up next. Have a beautiful weekend. We are back with you live on Monday.
Think I feel at stake, please.
Top of good. You ain't never gonna forget.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.